So it's 7 o'clock, meeting order. First, let's each take a moment and ask for guidance in our own way, guidance for the decisions that we'll be making tonight in Chatham County. Right after you turn on your microphone. Thank you. Roll call. Oh, yes. Now, would you have the attorney with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on. Mr. Talbot?
Here.
Mr. Easley?
Here.
Ms. Deering?
Here.
Ms. Glass?
Here.
Mr. Craddock?
Here.
Mr. Merrick's?
Here.
Mr. Yeaman?
Here.
Okay. In your package, you have the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? If not, is there a motion to be approved as written?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the agenda? Raise your right hand, or raise your hand. Thank you. You also have the minutes of the meeting of July 14th. Are there any additions or corrections?
And they be approved as written, Mr. Chairman, or move, rather.
All right, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded that the minutes be approved as written. All in favor signify by raising your hand. Thank you. Old business?
We don't have any old business.
Okay. And new business?
We will have 2 cases next month, both for solar facilities. There'll be special use permits for solar facilities. One is the Berry Hill facility, and the other is Shaco Solar, which will be in Java.
Okay, Berry Hill, the industrial part, and then Java. Okay. Anybody else have any new business? All right, if not, we'll proceed to the public hearing. Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to Article 5, Division 7 of the Pittsylvania County Zoning Ordinance, we, the Board of Zoning Appeals, have been empowered to hear and decide specific applications and appeals in support of said ordinance. In accomplishing this important task, we are charged with promoting the health, safety, and general welfare of the citizens of Pittsylvania County. We must ensure that all our decisions and recommendations be directed to these goals and that each be consistent with the environment, the comprehensive plan, and in the best interest of Pittsylvania County, its citizens, and its posterity. Anyone here to speak other than the applicant regarding zoning cases will be limited to 3 minutes. So case S-20-010, the public hearing is now open. The time is 7:02.
Case S-20-010, Luffman Pirtle Real Estate LLC has petitioned for a special use permit on a total of 1.47 acres located on Franklin Turnpike in the Westover election district for a kennel for boarding dogs. The Planning Commission recommended by a 7-0 vote with opposition that the petitioner's request be denied. The staff summary is enclosed in the board packet. However, there is also an email from Lisa Pirtle. She was one of the applicants. Her and Dr. Luffman are requesting to withdraw this application to bring back to the board at a later date.
Okay. And the applicant doesn't expect to be here? You don't expect the applicant?
They are not going to be here tonight.
All right. Did she share with you what will be different next time than this time?
The opposition to that was presented at the Planning Commission meeting was that their current operation, which is located on the property next door to the subject property,
Right.
Is loud. There are a lot of complaints from the neighbors regarding the dogs, the barking and the noise coming from that operation. So the Planning Commission was concerned that if they expand their operation to the property next door, this will increase the noise.
Okay.
So the applicants have requested to withdraw their application so that they can look at addressing the noise from the dogs at the current operation, putting up some type of fencing barrier, landscaping barrier between their outdoor play area and the adjacent residential property.
Okay. So if we do allow them to withdraw the application, then there are some specific actions that they think they can take to mitigate the adverse effects, and so we'd stand a better chance of a positive decision if we give the applicant the opportunity to make these changes. Okay. So we have the option, number one, of hearing it even without the applicant, let the application speak for itself, allow them to withdraw the application, and then reapply, including pay the fee and advertise and go through the whole process again. Comments?
I feel like we should let them withdraw and without penalty.
Well, you say without penalty, but they would reapply and,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, then, meeting as a committee of the whole, then the chair would entertain a motion that the applicant be allowed to withdraw this application without penalty, and be allowed to reapply sometime in the future after having paid the appropriate fees and reinitiate the whole process. Is that your motion?
You may want to specify that you'll allow them to reapply within the 12 months, because our,
Yes,
okay, you may want to specify that.
Without penalty.
without
Right.
penalty, yeah.
So reapply within the 12 months.
Yeah.
Or be allowed to.
Okay.
Okay, you got that? Because I don't have any writing to give you to. If you have any questions about the wording, I'm sure everybody here remembers exactly what we said, so. Okay. All right, the motion is then that we allow the applicant to withdraw his application, submit a new application within the 12-month penalty period, as if he so desires, and pay the appropriate fees, and we reinitiate the whole process. Would someone like to make that motion?
So moved.
Moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's moved and seconded. All in favor of the motion signify by.
Can we have most
Sure.
discussion? Given the information we have, and if they come back, do we feel confident that there can be conditions put on the permit that would address the adverse effects? I hate for them to go through the process and pay the money
Right.
again, when barking and odor. Personally, I don't know what you can do, what condition you can put on that, because you're right up against apartments on one side and apartments on the back side.
Right.
And I'm just asking, is that feasible for us to do?
Well, personally, I think we should give them the opportunity. You're familiar with the area, I know, because we've had a lot of activity out there.
Well, I raised at that.
Well, you know, remember around the corner, the
The garage.
garage
Yeah.
around the corner, and it's very much a mixed development.
It's a sticky wicket because you're combining business with residential. And 41 is turning into a business
Right,
right on 41, but once you leave 41, you're in
residential. pretty
residential.
quickly, yeah.
And so, and that particular area is a lot of residential, particularly with all the apartments and people
Right.
living there. And I was just thinking, well, and that's fine, I'm okay with that. I just know that, I don't know what in the world they could do. Because I know where J.W. Squire is located in Danville, it's right down the road from Hollywood Pets, but they're not a boarding, well, they may, I don't know. But you get out in the morning times, and we're at least probably 2/10 of a mile down the road. You could do.
Well, unfortunately, without the applicant here, we really don't know
Yeah.
the scope of his operation. Is it a boarding kennel, or is this just for exercising during the day? What? So, again, I would like to hear how they plan to mitigate it, whether it be sight and sound barriers, hours of operation. We don't put the dogs out at night, you know, we only let them out
Well, that's
at
fine.
9, you know, and just see what they come up
We got a
with.
motion that we can.
Yeah.
Right. Any further discussion on the motion then? All right, all in favor of approving the motion to allow them to withdraw, signify by raising your hand. Thank you. Is there a motion we adjourn?
So moved.